My sister has always been rebellious, doing things her own way, but her free-spirited nature hasn't brought her much success. As the oldest daughter, I took on the responsibility of supporting our family by running a bakery. When my sister ran out of money, I couldn't bear to see her struggle, so I offered her a job at my bakery. I hoped it would give her a fresh start and help our family. At first, things seemed promising. My sister joined me at the bakery, and I thought she would take her job seriously. But over time, her carefree attitude started causing problems. She made mistakes with customer orders, and we lost some loyal customers because of it. For 2 long years, I put up with her casual approach, even though it was hurting our business. It was hard for me to say anything because I love my sister and have a strong emotional bond with her. But as our bakery's reputation suffered, I knew I had to speak up. Finally, I couldn't stay silent any longer. I gathered the courage to talk to my sister about the situation. I explained how her actions were hurting our bakery and our relationship. I hoped she would understand and make a change, but instead of taking my words to heart, she got defensive and started arguing. Our calm conversation turned into a heated fight filled with hurtful words. It was heartbreaking to see our once close bond falling apart. As the argument settled, we were left feeling drained and uncertain about our future as sisters. After our intense fight, I had a chance to think about my sister's behavior. It wasn't just about the bakery anymore, it was about our whole relationship. I began to notice things I had overlooked for a long time. My sister has always been very competitive, but not in a healthy way. She didn't just want to do well, she wanted to make me feel small and dumb. I realized that her careless actions at the bakery weren't just because she was irresponsible, but also because she wanted to prove she was better than me. Looking back, I saw how she always made me feel insignificant. She would put down my achievements, ignore my ideas, and constantly seek praise for herself. It was a hurtful way to treat me, but I didn't fully realize it until now. I also noticed that my sister was emotionally abusive. She would manipulate me and make me doubt myself. It was hard to see the truth because she would twist things around to make me question my own experiences. But with the bakery incident and our fight, I couldn't ignore the reality of our relationship any longer. It was a painful realization. I had always defended my sister, hoping she would change one day. But now I had to face the truth that she was a selfish and hurtful person. It was difficult to accept that the person I loved could treat me this way. As I processed these thoughts, I knew I had to make some tough choices. I couldn't keep subjecting myself to her toxic behavior. I needed to put my well-being first and surround myself with people who truly cared about me. After I let her go from working at the bakery, she became furious and embarked on a mission to steal my life. Her weapon of choice was a malicious lie. She started spreading rumors that I was cheating on my husband. It was a shocking betrayal. She even claimed that she had always loved him. I couldn't believe how deceitful and audacious she was. To my surprise, my husband fell for her manipulative tricks. He readily believed her, seemingly blinded by her charm or enticed by her wealth. It was disheartening to see him unquestioningly accept her false accusations. All the trust we had built over the years seemed to crumble in an instant. As a result, my husband turned against me, throwing me out of our home with our daughter. He refused to hear my side of the story, leaving me feeling bewildered and abandoned. It was as if everything we had shared was overshadowed by the lies my sister had concocted. As I took a closer look at my relationship with my husband, I can easily notice striking similarities between him and my sister. We had been together since our high school days, but there was always something off about the way we connected. I couldn't help but feel constrained and uncomfortable around him. It was as if I couldn't truly be myself in his presence. My friends even pointed out that I seemed like a different person when I was with him. It made me realize that I may not have felt secure enough to express my true self because of how he treated me. My husband had a habit of making jokes at my expense. He would mock my appearance and the way I dressed, spoke, and even walked. He belittled my ideas and dreams, treating them as if they were foolish. Whenever I expressed my hurt, he dismissed it as me overreacting and not being able to take a joke. There were countless moments when I contemplated ending our relationship, but the long history we shared and my deep love for him made it difficult to walk away. I held on to the hope that things would change, that he would come to see and appreciate the real me. Fast forward to the present. We are now married with a baby. Unfortunately, his lack of support persisted. He never showed any interest or encouragement in my baking business, leaving me to shoulder the entire burden of managing the household and running the bakery. It became an overwhelming weight to bear. I found myself juggling the responsibilities of house chores, caring for our child, and single-handedly managing the bakery. The weight of these tasks, combined with the emotional strain from my troubled relationship, began to take a toll on me. Deep down, I knew that this wasn't the life I had envisioned for myself. I deserved a partner who would uplift me, support my dreams, and share my responsibilities equally. The realization that my husband mirrored some of the hurtful qualities I experienced with my sister only intensified my longing for change, and after he believed her so easily, it was no big deal to understand where his interests lay. I resolved to sever ties with both my sister and my husband. Their actions revealed their true characters, showing a heartless disregard for my well-being. I couldn't invest my love and trust in individuals who were willing to deceive and discard me so callously. Amidst the chaos and confusion, I sought solace in the unwavering support of true friends and family. They became my pillars of strength, reminding me of my worth and encouraging me to focus on healing and rebuilding. Their genuine care and concern provided a glimmer of hope during the darkest moments. Turning to my passion for baking, I poured my energy into rebuilding my bakery business from scratch. It was a difficult task filled with obstacles, but I embraced the challenge with unwavering determination. Each cake, cookie, and pastry became a symbol of my resilience and determination to thrive. At the same time, I prioritized creating a nurturing and loving environment for my daughter. None of it was easy, and I told myself that I required a lot of time to heal. I didn't want to rush the healing journey. But my husband didn't let me do that as well. Just 2 weeks, and he realized how my sister was nothing but a money-hungry parasite who sucked the air out of the building. And now this man wants to get back to me. Now, after he had seen the stark difference between me and her. But I wasn't going to just let it all go. It was one thing to doubt me, but kicking me out alongside my kid? That's a hard pass. I told him that I am actually going to divorce him. AITA for doing what I'm doing? Update 1. It's been 3 weeks since everything fell apart. The trust between my husband and me shattered into a million pieces. It's a painful realization to know that he believed my sister's lies over my words. But now he wants me back, desperately trying to mend what is broken. His attempts are relentless. He calls me non-stop, leaving voicemails filled with apologies and promises of change. The doorbell rings unexpectedly, and there he stands with a bouquet, hoping that the gesture will somehow fix everything that has been broken. He doesn't seem to understand that flowers won't erase the doubts and pain that have consumed me. He's taken it a step further, reaching out to my closest friends, hoping they can persuade me to reconsider. He believes that their words will hold more weight than his. But I've confided in them, sharing the truth of the situation, and they stand by me, supporting my decision to stay apart. Update 2. With every plea, I find my resolve strengthening. I cannot simply forget the pain that engulfed me when he doubted my integrity. I cannot overlook the fact that he chose to believe the accusations without giving me the chance to defend myself. It's not a matter of pride, it's a matter of self-respect. It's been 1.5 months already. I was in a bad place mentally, but now I'm better and in shape to take action. I want a divorce and I'm getting one. So when he asks me to just forget everything and get back with him, I gather my strength and say no. It's not an easy choice, as my heart still aches for the love we once shared, but I can see how shallow and one-sided that love was. I need time and space to heal, to rediscover myself outside the confines of this broken relationship. I cannot rush into a decision that may lead to further heartache down the road. For now, I must prioritize my own well being and find the strength to move forward, even if it means doing so without him. Update 3. The decision to pursue a divorce was not an easy one, but it was a necessary step for my well being. Everyone around me seemed to have an opinion on the matter, placing the blame squarely on my sister's shoulders. They saw her lies and manipulations as the sole cause of our marital problems, while her actions certainly played a part. I couldn't ignore the fact that both my husband and my sister were at fault. It was somewhat satisfying to witness my sister facing the consequences of her actions. The constant taunts and reproachful glances she received from those who knew the truth were a small comfort amidst the chaos. Yet, deep down, I understood that the blame couldn't rest solely on her shoulders. The issues that plagued our marriage went beyond her betrayal. My husband had chosen to believe her over me, without even giving me the chance to defend myself. I refuse to get caught up in the blame game. It is time to let go of the toxic dynamics that had consumed my marriage and find the strength within myself to move forward. NTA, and I fully stand with you. You are doing the right thing. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. NTA, and you go, mama. Take care of your baby and bloom your business. The universe will support you. Divorce that man-child. Next story. So, my daily life is kind of a mess. I manage a large number of people at my company. I'm constantly traveling and frequently get pulled in many directions throughout a given day. All in all, it's very easy for me to lose track of little details and forget something important because of all this. I'm always looking for ways to use technology to mitigate these issues and be more organized. A couple of years ago, our IT guy showed me how the new iPhone has a scheduling system, and you can set it to automatically do things like send a text at a specific time or when you arrive at a certain place. After learning how this works, I've come to use it fairly often. For example, I have it set so when I leave the house in the morning, it texts my secretary that I'll be at the office in 10 minutes. I leave at varying times depending on if an executive needs to call me about something before I get to the office. This helps her schedule out the first couple of hours of my morning when I set aside time to meet with account reps who need me to approve budgets, sign off on proposals, etc. before getting to my own meetings and calls. I also started using it a lot in my personal life. My girlfriend really loves it when I text her in the morning, and I'd sometimes get caught up in work and forget. So I started writing a personal text out to her in the evening and setting it to send out at some time the next morning. Just a little note about how I hope she has a great day, wishing her good luck on a presentation she has, etc. My mom is also a bit forgetful these days, so I'll frequently days in advance set up something like, "Hey mom, hope you're having a great day. Just wanted to make sure you remember it's niece's birthday party tonight at 7. Don't forget to bring cupcakes," to go out to her that afternoon around 4 p.m. More of the same with other things like I'll have it text my secretary a few days before a client's birthday to ask her to send a gift, things like that. Overall, I think it's been really helpful. Last week, I showed my brother how it all worked and suggested he could use it to help himself get more organized. He told my mom and girlfriend about how I use my phone to automate when I text them or send gifts, and now they're both really pissed at me. They both say they felt like I had been putting in so much effort to be thoughtful and caring despite how busy I am. but it's all just been a facade and I'm just using my phone to automate it all. I honestly don't think that's fair. Every message I sent them is something I wrote myself. Every reminder is there because I said it myself. I'm doing this because I felt bad that I had in the past missed these details, and I feel like I'm just using the phone to help me be more organized and thoughtful. But they clearly don't see it that way and are acting like I betrayed them or something. AITA? NTA, while I'm sure it does break the image that your mother and girlfriend had of you, all the messages were personalized. It's not like it was an automated message such as, "Good morning," girlfriend's name, "I love you, have a good day," or something mundane like that. From your description, it was a thought out response written the prior night regarding the following day's special activities, sent with an automated sending system because you live a busy life. I don't see the harm in that. NTA, but I unfortunately do see why your mom and girlfriend might have an adverse reaction at first. On the surface, it might sound to them like you are just pre-scheduling a work backlog of messages to have sent out at random times so that you don't have to think about anything at all. But it doesn't sound like that's what you're doing. If anything, it sounds like you're trying to be really thoughtful. I wonder if they might come around if you try to explain your system to them in a better way. NTA. I use scheduled messages all the time because it helps me manage my attention deficit. It has helped me be a much better friend, son, and person. If people are giving you crap for finding a way to help you be a good partner, then they are a-holes. It is no different than, say, setting an alarm for yourself to remind yourself to call someone, or go to an appointment, or anything else. Next story. I, 23, female, come from a family of 3 kids, 30 male, 20 female. Despite being in the same city, I rarely see my siblings or parents because they've always ignored my existence during everything. I've been pretty self-sufficient and academically successful, so they justify they have nothing to worry about when it comes to me. My younger sister, Mary, had twins a few months ago. Her boyfriend didn't want to be involved in the whole process, so it is safe to say she is a single mom. My parents have been helping her raise her kids as they always have. They always supported every decision she made, including not going to college, dating whoever she wants, and having kids. I'm quite busy with work, school, and everything that comes with it. My mother called and asked me if I could watch the kids for a few hours on the weekend so they could take a breath. I said no because I was busy. I had a date planned. I've been dating my girlfriend, 29, female, for a few months, but no one in the family knows or cares that I'm dating or that I'm into women. My brother has work and his own family with 3 kids, so he himself is busy, as my mom said. I said I was sorry and I couldn't help out. My mother told me I was incredibly selfish to not care at all about my niece and nephew and only care about myself and ignore my family. I simply said it was ironic given the fact that I was constantly the one being ignored in the family, and I hung up the phone and didn't pick it up afterwards. Should I have helped her out? NTA, that was pure manipulation. Your sister being a single mother is difficult. That I understand, and it would be nice of you to help out every now and then. But you have your own life. This was not your decision. You don't need to rearrange your life because of her wanting to have a child. Oh, the tangled webs families weave. You, my friend, are NTA, not the a-hole, in this situation. It sounds like your family has a history of neglecting your needs and emotions. Now they expect you to drop everything for them. No way. It's essential to prioritize your own life, especially when you have work, school, and a blossoming relationship on your plate. It's not your responsibility to fill in the gaps for your family when they never bothered to do the same for you. Your mom calling you selfish is a bit of a pot meet kettle situation, considering their history of ignoring you. So keep living your life, enjoy that date, and don't feel guilty about setting boundaries with your family. You deserve to be happy too. NTA, considering you're being ignored, they have no clue what's going on in your life, and when they do acknowledge you, it's for you to do something for them. You don't owe them anything. If you had done this for them and later on needed a favor similar to this, I have a feeling they would not be the ones to help you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this, but you are absolutely not selfish for saying no. Stay tuned for more stories from our girl relationships.